depth chart, who deep chart is now?
Pretty
Are there a
close.
lot of battles
Yeah,
going
I
on?
think I think we have an idea of who those guys will be. There'll be some names to add to, you know. And so we're I mean, I'm trying to keep it as general as possible, but there's going to be some names that will be added and provide us more depth and more competition. But I think the bulk and the foundation of our group is put together pretty nicely right now.
Have you identified any positions of need over the next couple of weeks in the transfer portal that you feel like you need to address?
I think the transfer portal, we're going to be active in it just to see, because there's a lot of guys. I mean, in years past, we just had a lot of attention of people that want to be part of our program, and so seeing the fit, that if they are a good fit for our program and the culture that we have, and the mission of our team and our school, and then seeing if the fit makes sense for them being on the field for us and competing for a spot.
You noted expectations that you laid out for the players. What in those expectations has changed, knowing that you're going to be preparing for a Big 12 season now?
Yeah, I mean, I think they understand already the sense of urgency. They know what the schedule looks like. I mean, in years past, it's always been, you know, get ready for a front-loaded schedule, and first games. I mean, there's a high number of P5s early in the season. We still have to have that same mindset, regardless of who we're playing. And then looking at the rest of the schedule, we're going to have some depth. I mean, there's injuries are part of the game, but getting guys back and creating some quality depth is going to be key for us. And so it's important to have more than just 11 starters on both sides of the ball. We have to have way more than that. And, you know, we travel 70, so we got to make sure all 70 are capable of being starters on whichever side that they're on.
You like going for it on fourth down, I know, but is there come a time where the kicking game is starting to worry you a little bit?
Not really. I think we trust Rico a little bit more in terms of having him flip the field for us as a punter. You're talking about like the place kicking, yeah.
I mean, that wasn't
Yeah.
great out there.
Yeah, it was windy today. I mean, the last 2 weeks they had some great kicks. You guys didn't see it all, but we did, and it was great competition. I really don't care if the kicks are going through right now. I mean, I'm not trying to look pretty in practice. To put them on the hash and have it windy and be deep and in front of all the players, that causes a lot of stress on the kickers, and to have them cold and not do much. We kicked early in field goal at the beginning of practice, and then, you know, brought them out cold. We're gonna train ugly, so if it looks ugly in practice but looks nice in the game, that's all I care about. And then create some stressful moments with those guys. I think we have some guys that haven't kicked in Laval Stadium before, or kicked with a lot of pressure, so we have to simulate the pressure. And you know, it'll be fine by the time we get to the season. And if there means that we can add more competition, then great. But feel good about the punting, feel good about the place kicking. Not all 15 days, but if day 1 and day 15 probably weren't the best. But I feel really good about the days in between. And we'll have to see how it progresses as we go through it. But can't complain about more help and about more competition. So that spot is definitely open. So yeah, we'll approach it.
What's impressed you the most about Keaton Slovis during these spring practices?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just he's a consistent, steady guy. You know, he's been through it already. But more than anything, is just the ability to connect with the players, with the culture. It just seems like he's been here for a long time already. You know, and I think he has a great poise on the field. And you know, we threw quite a bit at these quarterbacks in the offense with defense. I mean, we brought a lot of different types of styles of defense and schemes and pressures. And so I don't know if he's going to see that much in game 1, that the variety that Jay threw at him, but it can only help him, and it can only help the other quarterbacks. And I saw them get used to it, and even the linemen get used to a certain type of blitzes and always anticipate movement and you know, pressure. So I think that's a really good thing for our team, and I think it can only help those guys. But he's been pretty steady and been a really good mentor to the other guys. But I mean, I think he's going to be the guy from what A-Rod, what we're seeing, but it's never set in stone. We want the other guys to keep pressuring him, keep competing for spots. I only know one way, and that's to play the best guys.
What have you seen from Jake Retzlaff the past few weeks now that he's been healthy?
Yeah, great arm, and he can make some weird throws to get the ball to the receiver, and I think he has just different types of throws in his arsenal. I mean, he just has so many different ways he can sidearm, and he just throws at different angles. But he's really smart when it comes to football. Like, he understands the game, the situation, and I think the injury, more the sickness and the time off early really bugged him. But the guy went to work and studied the scheme and the offense and got it down. And I think he's operating at a high level, and then it's going to be a great competition with those guys at quarterback.
Kalani, taking a little bit of a big picture question. One of your Big 12 colleagues, Dana Holgerson, he's been pushing his administration to get a new football ops building. As you guys transition to the Big 12, what's the facility that you're really pushing for to get done for your football program that you guys need?
We just got to play football. I mean, whatever they decide to do, my job is keep the guys humble, keep working hard, and as long as we have the necessities, that's all that matters to me. The most important thing is that weight room, and that weight room, that's on my check, is full with great weights that will get us strong, and then we have the approach that we have with our sports scientists and our strength and conditioning, and with our athletic training room. I think all those guys working together, pulling the right direction, will get our team in the right spot. So for me, it's not about buildings or anything like that. It's about people. So we get the people in place, and we've added jobs and added personnel to our staff. I think that can help out the most. So I'm more focused on getting the resources available for our players to thrive and excel, and then the buildings will come.
Have you and Tom had any conversations about facility updates potentially? Because he's talked about that in the past.
Yeah, but that's not my concern. I didn't come here to be the head coach because they have nice buildings. The building I cared about the most was LaVell Edwards Stadium and the support that's in there. We like nice stuff, but got to make sure that the talent and the things that they see on the field complement everything that everybody expects. And I get it. You want to have good things and everything, but that's not going to be my focus. My focus is to get the players operating at a high level and to meet the expectations of our fans.
Another big picture question. What do you kind of feel about the sport as far as NIL goes right now, and is it affecting recruiting battles at all in your perspective?
Yeah, I think NIL for us is going to be different. I mean, that's. I think a lot of people are just calling it NIL, but it's a different thing. NIL is name, image, and likeness, and for me, it's I'm not against our players and student athletes earning more for name, image, and likeness as long as it's along those lines. But I think there's ways that it's opened opportunities for our players to get more cash in their hands, but at the same time, that's not going to be our focus either. Our focus is going to be on focusing on the experiences and the opportunities that they have being here as a student athlete, not so much on the dollars and cents. And so I think you ask Tyler Algier what the best NIL was for him right now. That's what he's enjoying right now. So all those guys that have moved on to the next level, that get a degree, that's the focus. I mean, I just like that the way we operate in our football program is that the NIL is going to be right in alignment with what the expectations are from our university, the mission of our program, and definitely of our church. And so, and if some people want to get in a bidding war, and for their talents, and they're more than likely they can do whatever they want. We're just not going to play in that type of field right now.
Since Pro Day, has there been an uptick of interest in any of those guys? Maybe we're a little off the radar as far as scouts calling you.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been available for scouts or GMs or owners or coaches to call, and they talk to myself, and they talk to A-Rod and our coaches and our personnel. And so I think for me, it's just that sparks some interest. And they go and watch the film, and then they say, okay, this is someone that we can take a look at. There's guys getting workouts, and then they're getting a look at as far as preparing for the draft and free agency. So everything that happened in the pro day, I think, is giving our guys more opportunities. And as long as we keep it doing that way, I'm looking forward to how it's going to work next year with the Big 12 Combine pro day. So I think it's going to work really nicely. I just want to make sure that we're available for all those guys, all our players. We're going to tell the truth, and hopefully these teams can see the value of our players being part of their franchise.
What What do you feel is Big 12 ready? I guess you can interpret that however you wish, but like, do you feel is ready for the challenges of a Power 5 schedule week in, week out? What areas of your program do you feel most confident in?
Well, that was the mindset from the very beginning. I took this job is that let's get as many P5 opponents as we can, and my job is to make sure that we play at our best 12 times so we can earn more. You know, that's regardless of the opponent is, our approach has got to be we got to be ready to play our best. And if that's good enough to, we say Big 12 ready, it's a Big 12 ready will be us playing at the highest level and making sure that we're definitely competing at our best. And so,
do you feel like a Big 12 championship is a goal that this program can?
well, who's in the
can
Big
reach
12
this year?
that's not trying to get that? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think all the goals that are, it's not just me. There's everyone in the Big 12 right now that's trying to get that done. And so I you know, let's see who can sacrifice the most and work the hardest and get and improve and compete so that we can see who the winner's going to be. I mean, I don't think anybody can choose the winner right now. People try, but they keep getting it wrong. So we'll see if they're right or wrong this time.
Do you and the staff ever take visits to NFL teams or try and learn from what's happening in the NFL and in the offseason between spring and fall? Do you anticipate that happening this year?
Yeah, that's very common for programs to do development. We've had a lot of teams come here and visit us, and so the whole professional development part is big. You have access to all the film too, and then we can call people. And now with Zoom, you can do that too, and you can. So I mean, we're always looking for ways to get better, and our coaches are really active in getting out there and doing development, including myself.
Heading into the off season, obviously strength and conditioning is a big deal. Where are you at as far as naming a head of that department, or will you?
Yeah, I think we're just still working through it. I think the key will be working in coordination with Skylar Main and Kobe Clausen. You know, that's going to be the key. We want to make sure that it's cohesive and that we're all. I mentioned before pulling in the right direction. I just want to make sure that that person that's in that position is basically along the same lines of where we're headed with our sports science group. And in terms of our numbers, our strength numbers and everything, it's improved drastically compared to what it was before. And we had a really physical camp in spring ball. We played live ball. We played a lot more, tackled a lot more than we've had in the past, and we came out of it fairly healthy. And so guys were kind of, you know, hurt a little bit, but they'll recover in the next couple of weeks before we get to our off-season conditioning program. But in order to do that, we had to do all that stuff so we can get better as a program and we can really see the true competition happen.
Going off the health with Max and Ben particularly, do you expect them to be fully healthy by the summer? Like, is there a timeline that you think they'll be
Yeah,
fully ready?
they'll be ready. I mean, Max, they did some stuff today, and we did some of our Max Speed stuff today. So Max Tooley and Ben Bywater participated in it. So I think they'll be. But by the time we get to our off-season conditioning, they'll be ready to roll.
What's stood out to you in these 15 practices, the way Jay Hills ran defense?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I have tons of respect and admiration for Jay. He and I are really good friends, so I've worked with him before, and the stuff that, I mean, we speak the same language in terms of defensive scheme. So there's not any hiccups along the way. I mean, we work together, watch film, and make notes, and very similar. So I like his style. I like how aggressive he is, and I thought there's some things that we definitely improved on defensively because of his leadership, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do by the time we get to the season. I'm really excited about it.
It's pretty well documented. Last year you were involved with the defense. With having Jay there kind of taking over that thing, has it freed up you to maybe just kind of be the CEO of sorts of
Yeah. Whoever's doing really well, that's me.
One more
So today I wasn't with the kickers. Sorry, Drew.
coach, and then we'll spread it out for the players.
What does your off-season schedule now look like in a conference? What do you do as the head coach? What meetings? What does
Yeah.
that look like for you?
Well, you guys know. I mean, it's going to be different because we'll have the media days will be in July. We're having Big 12 meetings in Phoenix the beginning of the first week of May. And so there's going to be a lot of things happening in between now and fall camp that we didn't have before. You know, so I'll be busy and you know, head coach, we active in the community, and especially with firesides, things like that. So we'll be doing a lot of speaking engagements, and I'll be trying to be out there, promote the culture that we have in our program, and I'm trying to learn from everybody as well. So all that stuff we'll be working with. And when you talked about taking over the defense, that it was really difficult to do mid-season. So it's nice to see Jay put in the work and see A-Rod. I mean, even though A-Rod's been here for a while, there's always some new things and some different things that they add to it. And the stuff that A-Rod and Jay and K-Pop have done, I'm really excited about all three phases, and just looking forward to getting to the next part, and soon enough we'll be talking media days, and then the season will come up on us quickly. All right, guys, thank you so much.